Hello, welcome and good evening to a pre-Christmas episode. And this time I want to revive a project that actually sort of started my channel exactly 1 year ago. I noticed on Twitter that I think it was the Pi Hut. I will link to this product anyway in the description. And they came out with this nice thing. It's a Christmas tree for the Raspberry Pi. Well, you can use really any Raspberry Pi. I picked the Pi Zero here because it's so incredibly tiny and cute, and it is cheap enough to warrant such a purchase, basically. So what does it do? The Raspberry Pi has a ton of general purpose I/O pins here at this header, and the Zero actually comes without the header installed. And I soldered this, and this was basically my very first solder job. And I must say, 1 year later, it's so horrible. If I can focus on this, the solder joints on this are just, well, they are bad. They are blobby and they're terrible. But I won't touch them because I know that they work. So, although they are crappy, it's my first work of soldering, and yeah, it will work this year as well. So what do we need to do? We will need to install the Raspberry Pi, give it an operating system, because let's face it, the SD card is now 1 year old. Lots of security patches have come out, a new version of Debian, so we just switch to that, make it from scratch, and I will show that. We need to put everything together. What you will need is the Raspberry Pi, plus maybe a case. It would be nice. This case here fits nicely and allows you to actually put in the Christmas tree here as well. Then for setup, the most easy thing is to have a mini HDMI to regular HDMI converter, because the Raspberry Pi Zero comes with a mini HDMI. You also need a micro USB to USB adapter for the keyboard, and a power supply plus micro USB cable to power the Raspberry Pi. We will put all of this together, download Raspbian, put it on the SD card, and get our first LED lights blinking, basically. And that will be part 1 of this video. In the next video then we will take a look at software that I wrote a year ago. Maybe we can improve on that. That actually allows you to control the Raspberry Pi via the web. And then also stream the result to YouTube, of course. So I will set up a live stream. I did that 1 year ago as well, where you can watch my Raspberry Pi Christmas tree and see it live being set by you guys over a web interface. So I think this will be a lot of fun. And yeah, so first thing, we will set up the Pi. What do we need to do? Well, as I said, plug in the HDMI thingy. Also plug in the keyboard connector, the USB cable for power. The Raspberry Pi Zero does not need a very powerful power supply, but for Raspberry Pis I would usually go with a more powerful power supply with 2 amps, 5 volts, that is 10 watt power supplies. 5 volt power supplies that you usually get with your smartphone might be too weak, actually. So we leave this out of the thing here for now, because we will probably have to do some more stuff, I guess. So yeah. Next thing is download the image, write it to SD card, and then power this thing up. Okay, first step is to download Raspbian. So for that you simply go to raspberrypi.org, downloads, and then you have the choice of the Noobs or the Raspbian distribution. I will stick with Raspbian here, and there are 2 different download links, as you can see. One is the standard Raspbian Stretch with 10 gigabytes roughly. maybe a bit more, I'm not sure. And the other one is less than 400 megabytes. It's the Raspbian Stretch Lite. And since we basically only want to get the thing working for the GPIO pins and integrate it into our Wi-Fi, I will stick with the Lite version. So next thing to do is to use whatever program you like to put this image on a SD card. So the software to actually flash the SD card that I use is Etcher, but you can also use DB or some other tool of your choice, but Etcher is probably the easiest for everyone. And basically you simply insert the SD card of your choice, click select image, then select the appropriate Raspbian image. I'm selecting the Lite version, as I said. Then we select drive, and yeah, here it is, the generic storage device media. Well, that sounds very promising. Continue and then simply flash. So the image is more than 1 gigabyte after uncompressing, so it will take a bit of time. You have to enter your user's password to make the changes. And now it started flashing reasonably fast on this SD card, 3.6 megabytes, 4 megabytes, 5 megabytes. Alright, and through the magic of editing, here we are on a black screen, and let's power it up. 3, 2, 1, go! Yes, the magic Raspberry Pi boot screen. Ooh, that looks terrible. Let's hope it will adjust. But probably not. Not sure if it detected my capture device correctly, but yeah, we can work with that. Seems to be like the standard VGA resolution, maybe. Okay, here we are. Okay, seems we have definitely some problems here. Oh, we don't log in with root, but with Pi, I think. What's the default login? Does anyone know? Let's check it out. Okay, got it. So Pi is the user and Raspberry is the password. Yay! And there should be a program called raspbiconfig that we have to run as root. And let's first try to get this set up more optimally. So user password. We will put it to something else. You can choose your own password here because you shouldn't really leave it at Raspberry. Network settings. Yeah, let's use Wi-Fi. And which country are we in? Well, I'm in Germany. And Germany is Deutschland, so welcome to Deutschland. My Wi-Fi stuff. Also long password. Oh, the password. Let me look that up. Okay, let's see if that works. Boot options. Splash screen. Desktop clear. Wait for network at boot. Localizing option. Interfacing options. Advanced options. Memory split. Resolution. Look at this. Yeah, let's try this mode here. This looks better. Overclocking? No, we don't need that. And I think the rest is fine. Maybe we need to... What did happen now? Okay, expand file system. Expand file system you should do. And we need to configure the overscan, I think. Expand file system uses the uses the whole SD card, otherwise you waste like gigabytes. And that's of course not good. Also under advanced options we can tweak the display overscan compensation is enabled. That should do the trick. Let's go here to finish and yes, please reboot. And hopefully we have a better picture then. Now it's shutting down and is rebooting once again. Yeah, this looks better. Now we have a full HD display, even with overscan. I think I could even have left it out. But now comes the more fun part, installing all the tools that we need. Hopefully we already have Python and the GPIO library installed, because this way we can simply toggle the LEDs. And that would already be nice and good enough, I would say, for this episode. And next episode we will do some more stuff. Okay, log in again with the new password. Excellent. Do we have Python? We do have Python version 2.7. That's fine. And let's see if we can actually do the GPIO stuff. Let's see, from gpiozero import LED board, pulse width modulation LED. No, we don't have it yet. So let's do sudo update. Okay, there we are. We will install two things. We will install gpiozero if available, plus I will install tmux and the midnight commander, so that we have a rudimentary. Oh, it's not called that. What is it called? Let's search for gpiozero. So with tmux and midnight commander we have a rudimentary command line based development environment, more or less. So this is actually what we want to install, python-gpiozero. Okay, and here we are. So first of all I will start tmux, which is the terminal multiplexer, so we don't need any graphical user interface. You can open up multiple things here at the same time, and we will simply edit with midnight commander editor, because it's a very simple and straightforward editor, a little shell script called Xmas Pi, right? First things first. Oh, I have a very weird keyboard. I think we want to change that. So, being British, the Raspberry Pi starts off with a British keyboard interface, and we will change that. Localization options, change keyboard layout. Although I am in Germany, I have a US keyboard, but you might choose whatever you like for the keyboard. So we have a generic, actually I have a Mac keyboard attached, Apple aluminum keyboard, ANSI, ISO, I have no clue, probably ANSI, and I have English US. So, okay. English US. Okay. So this is good enough. Let's take the defaults, no compose key. And hopefully this will work. Yes, this looks much better. So basically you begin every Python script with looking for the interpreter. So you can use userbin-env to look for the Python interpreter. And we want to import the gpiozero module. And from that module, we simply want to import the LED board and the pulse width modulation LED submodules. Save file. So saving is F2 and quitting is F10. simple enough, I hope. We have one script here. We will make it executable by running changemod plus x. Using that, we should be able to run this little script which does basically nothing. And also, I forgot the keyword, import from gpiozero import LED board. Saving, running. Permission denied. Oh well, probably we need to run this as sudo. No. Yes. One more mistake. As long as it's open in editor, it will forget about the change mod that you did. So let's repeat that. No, we don't need the sudo Xmas Pi, and should just quit and do nothing so far, because it just imports. Yeah, it takes quite a while, but it works. How does this actually work? We create a new tree variable, and this is of type LED board because, yeah, the tree that we have here is some kind of LED board, and it basically has LEDs ranging from index 2 to index 27 including, and the star will expand this argument list. And the LEDs have to be driven by pulse width modulation, which basically allows you to dim the LEDs. So let's set the tree to off. Let's make a value of 0.0, because you can set them from 0 to 1 basically. But we will set them all to 0 for I in range of 0, 26. As I said, 27 LEDs on this tree. And this is the value that we want to use. And basically, what we want to do is for every LED in LEDs, I guess we want to, what do we want to do? We want to set the corresponding, well, we need the index, right? We need the index of this, so basically what we want to do is I want to have an index. Can we do it like this? Oh, that's interesting. Wait a second, I have to look that up. Honestly, we make it just very simple for index in range 0, 26. That's straightforward. Tree of index is going to be LEDs of index. That's not quite correct. So basically the tree LEDs have always a value, and we set that. This should basically turn off all the lights on the Christmas tree. And let me switch off the lights here. And by default, this thing will start up with a few LEDs lit. I'm not sure if that's random or not, but let me turn on the camera again so that you can see something. So now you see that there are 4 LED lights. So the one that I'm now covering up with my finger, you can't see that. Let me turn on the light a little bit. So basically, here's one from the power supply, but there are a couple around here that are actually lit. So you can see them here. And when I run this, it should hopefully turn off all the lights. And it did. except for the top one, for whatever reason that happened. But yeah, first success. Okay, back on with the light. Okay, what can we do else? We can probably do some kind of while true or something. Yeah, we can probably do exactly that. While true, we start out with an index of 0. So first the 0th LED. Also we need import the time module, and every time we sleep, time sleep I think, time sleep, I don't know, for 1 second or something. I'm not sure if there's milliseconds or something else. We will see. And then go something like this, tree of index equals 0, so we reset the old LED. Then we say index equals index plus 1. However, we must not go over the 26. Oh yeah, I think this was the problem, right? 27 IDs, 2 to 28. I'm not sure, I'll leave it. We'll debug later. Modulo 26. Is that in Python modulo? Yeah, I think it's the same as in C. So, and that LED we set to 1.0. And we forgot to say here dot value. Here as well, dot value. And now we can run the thing. And actually, I will turn off the light to show you again. I will swap it a bit around. It is already switching around. Sadly, it won't focus in the dark. Now it focuses. You can see we already have a blinking Christmas tree with only like 17 lines of code and minimal effort. Yeah, I think that is good enough for such a short amount of time. So, thank you all for watching. Next time we will make it a true web service and a streaming module. Thank you and good night. Share, like and subscribe as usual. You know the drill. See